Hey guys, Josh at Bane Tech, and I've got iCarbons MacBook Pro 13-inch 2013 model. This is their carbon fiber skin. This is an installation video and also just kind of shows you the experience that I had with this installation and also kind of show you what to expect for your installation once you get this purchased. Be sure to head on over to iCarbons website so that we can see their installation videos, as they have a perfected job of how to install their skins on all the devices that they support. I'll have a link in the description if you're interested in seeing that video, and I highly recommend watching it. Now I'm going to follow along a lot with what they do and just kind of show you my experience with it, because everybody has a different experience no matter what. Sometimes it goes smooth, sometimes it's a little bit more difficult, but these steps, if you follow them, you should have a really easy installation. Now what you're going to want to do is start out with the top lid and use that sticker to basically, the sticker paper to basically help you with that. You just kind of put only a third of it being exposed, so that way you only have to put down just a third of it and not the whole thing. If you were to try to do the whole thing, it'd be very difficult, and that's why this suggestion is highly recommended. So just to get everything symmetrical, get everything lined up in the middle, flush, and just be careful, take your time, don't rush this. This is one of those things that you just want to kind of take your time with and make sure you do it just right. And once you kind of start feeling that you got everything lined up, just start tacking a few areas in place, and then you're going to start working that paper off of the sticker. And when you do that, you're going to start wanting to actually just do the middle area first, and then start working your way out towards the edges. So start smoothing out those edges once you feel like you got everything lined up and no mistakes. And this thing is really actually starting to come together already just with the top piece installed. Kind of fold over the kind of edges there. Now note that you're going to have to bring out a hair blow dryer in just a minute to try to get some of the rounded off the edges and corners. And it'll also warm up the sticker, so that way you can kind of mold it into place where it needs to go. And if there are any kind of bubbles, that would definitely help work it out even more. And as you can see here, those bubbles, they're starting to disappear. You can start seeing this really conform to the shape of the MacBook. And what you'll end up realizing, actually, sometimes you don't even realize that there's a bubble there, but it's there. And you can start working it out with that hair dryer. The hair dryer is actually just a really nice tool to have. It really helps with this installation. You can really smooth it out really nicely. It kind of warms up the glue and the sticker and all the materials, so that way it kind of molds in place. That's why it's important to have it. And especially for the corners, because they have to kind of conform to the shape of the edge in the corner, and that hair dryer will help you do that. And once you think you got those bubbles worked out, just kind of go right along the whole top there and just kind of make sure it's all nice warmed up and ready to just be there for its permanent home. Now when I was installing this, this really looked nice. I was really impressed with even just how the top piece looked, and I really liked how it just really kind of conforms and transforms the whole look of the device. Now this is for the bottom piece here, and you're going to have a lot more cutouts to kind of look after it, but it's the same concept, only take off or leave the sticker exposed about a fourth or a third, and the rest of it just line it up. And you can see how I did that here. The pinholes or the screw holes and then the pads are perfect ways to line everything up, so just make sure everything is centered and it should just go really smooth. Now this one, I kind of had to stretch it out a little bit, which is fine because carbon fiber material is stretchable material. And once I got to the top, I just kind of had to stretch it a little bit more than just even if I had to just, lay it down flat. But same concept goes as what we did for the top. You just kind of work out those bubbles, get that hair dryer out, and it'll start to go back all where it needs to go. If there's any bubbles, it'll start to work out. Now Now, I don't recommend holding the hairdryer directly over it for a long period of time. Just kind of let it be a smooth motion over everything. You don't want to hold it there. And you can see the last little bubbles are starting to work out. And that was it. That's pretty easy. Now, this was probably the more difficult side of stuff to do because you have these long, skinnier pieces. So, I mean, everything that you do with this is pretty much you're going to use that paper to your advantage. Now, I kind of made somewhat of a mistake. I forgot to move the trackpad or turn the paper around, so learn from my mistakes here. I'll have to move it in just a second. I was like, oops. Got to move that out of the way so it doesn't stick, but it's pretty easy just to take it off and put it back on that paper, so that way we can put it down again. And I actually, you should actually install the trackpad piece first. That way it's done and out of the way. And it's actually a really easy piece to put down. You don't have to put it on the paper itself. You can just kind of take it all off and line it up and it should be all right. But for this part, you're going to want to use that trackpad line and also that lid closure area. And that's going to be basically your reference points to be able to put this down. And again, this is one of those things, just take your time, don't rush this. You want this to look good, so, budget yourself about, probably 15 minutes or so just to get this all installed. It's not hard, but again, you just want to do a good job, so don't rush it. Once you get everything lined up to where you think it needs to go, start tacking it in place. Just kind of 1/4 at a time, don't do it all at once. And you don't want to tack anything in place right away until you know you have it lined up. Now this left side actually went down pretty easy. I didn't have to stretch it out much at all, but the right side I ended up having to stretch it out a little bit more just to be able to line it up with the holes and cutouts that it needed to go with. You can kind of see me stretching it out a little bit more right here. Now don't force it because you don't want to tear the carbon fiber material. It's pretty hard to tear it, but you have to put a lot of force on it. So just don't put a lot of force. But I had to stretch it out just a little bit more than as if I just, flatly laid it down or leisurely laid it down. But once I got it in there, I mean, it looked pretty freaking awesome. And last but not least, we have the trackpad. And it's really neat to me, that these trackpads actually work just fine with them being covered up. It's the same concept with even the PS4 controller. There's the trackpad up there that you can still use even if it's covered up. It's just, I don't know, one of the simple little things that is just kind of amazes me. So here we go. Let's take a look around the whole thing now that it's all installed. I really do like this black look. I think it's sleek. I think it looks elegant. I don't think it looks tacky. And the black and silver just really complement each other. So you get a nice, good looking skin that's carbon fiber. It's going to be protective. If you drop it, it's going to protect from scrapes and stuff. But for the everyday use, if you're a college student or if you're working and you gotta take this thing in and out of a bag or something like that, this thing is gonna be protected, and I really like that. And you don't have to worry about your MacBook getting all scratched up. You can protect your investment. So thanks guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed yet, please do so you can see more videos like this.